Whoa, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, little devil. Whoa, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, little devil. Hey, little devil, you're always running around. Hey, little devil. It's time that someone started taming you down. Hey, little devil. There'll be some changes made. You're roving days at the road. Hey, little devil, I'm gonna make an angel out of you. Hey, little devil, you've got me all in a whirl. Hey, little devil, you're a cute little devil, and I'm gonna make you my girl. Hey, little devil, hey, you're out to break my heart, but just before you do, hey, little devil, I'm gonna make an angel out of you. They say beware.
I'm Soraya. This is episode number 10 of Velvet Heaven, double digits. I know I've done more than that with all the special mixes, but this is officially number 10. I'd like to start out by thanking Raleigh James, who as always linked me on her page. Thank you, Raleigh. I'm on Raleigh's blog at www.raleigh.net. And there's still no return date, but I think it's getting closer. You should go check out Raleigh's blog. If you're not familiar, she's awesome. I guess I would say if they're talking about it at your corner bar, Raleigh's talking about it, and she'll be back soon. And you should definitely call her when she comes back. She's great. Later on in the show, I'll plug the book, because it's sitting on my desk. But yeah, Raleigh wrote a book too, and it's awesome. So I'll tell you where to get that a little bit later in the show. Maybe second or third break, just for the fun of it. A little bit of a teaser if you don't own it. You can also find me on the links page on Raleigh's site. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's a link for archive, and it'll get you to archive. And yes, I realize the link is dead, but you'll still get where you need to go. And if you just search my name, it's Soraya, you'll find me. So, without further ado, let's jump into this, shall we? I'm so sick of the snow, and I suppose I could sit here and complain about that, but that's no fun. I open with Neil Stacca and Little Devil, just a piece of The Little Devil. And I did that because I spent all day or most of today writing. You might be saying to yourself, did you quit your day job, Soraya? No, I just took a day off of work. I needed a break. The weather has been just massively murdering my good mood lately. So I decided to take one of my vacation days and stay home and write. And I did some rewrites for about 2 hours and started writing new stuff on my book, Velvet Heaven, much like the podcast name. And it took a turn that I wasn't expecting it to. And the detail that I was adding just really made the book. So, I don't know, I feel like I accomplished a lot today. And the other thing I'm going to do, as promised, is record 2 shows. Episode number 10, and then the special vampire mix, which is essentially my mix, and darker music and things that I generally write to you. You might see a theme. Maybe. And I have to go out to my car and get the rest of it and rip music still, and I'm not really looking forward to going out to my car. But I have to return a DVD anyway I borrowed from my housemate, which I didn't get to watch because I was busy writing, but whatever. It's all good. Feels good to stay home and write. I cannot wait till I make it big enough to where I can do that every day, where my days are my own, and I can just, if I get sucked into writing, I can do it all day. And I really have to give massive kudos to my mom, because she called me and she's like, oh, you're writing, I'll talk to you later. And that was pretty much the extent of our conversation. She's really respectful of what I'm doing now, and so thanks a lot, Mom. I appreciate that. Not that she wasn't before, but I think people are really starting to notice how serious I take what I'm doing now. So there is that. Before, I was kind of half-assing my life, and I was expecting it to hand me everything I wanted without any work, which is stupid, and now I'm really working my ass off. So that's a lot of asses in one sentence, isn't it? That's the way we like it here, though, on the Velvet Heaven podcast. I have a couple things I have to correct. I got a really nice email from Danny in Mississippi, not Daniel. I'm so sorry about that, Danny. I didn't mean to call you by the wrong name. Some people shorten their name and others don't, so my deepest apologies. I am definitely going to play some Everly Brothers because I promised I would, and I've been promising for weeks. And wow, are those levels high. Oh well, I'm not fixing it too bad. I'm a little out of practice with this stuff, and the computer was not cooperating either earlier, so you get what you get. Yes. So Danny was very cool. Sent me a nice email. I also got one from Tim. Thanks a lot, Tim. And I got one from Jeff. I'm glad to know that all of you are still listening. It means the world to me. And I really mean that. I also got one from Kimberly, so thanks again for all of the support I've been getting. I really appreciate it. I try to answer emails pretty promptly, and because they go to my phone, and I don't know, I like to think that I learned something from the way I was treated by Raleigh, and I try to treat my listeners the same way. Obviously, there's some people that you bond with more than others, that's life, but I try to treat everybody fairly equal and answer as quickly as I can. And you might be wondering where you can email me if you want to say something nice, or if you have some criticism or whatever. It's velvetheavenpodcast@gmail.com. You can find old episodes on Archive, www.archive.org. Again, you can search my name. It's Soroya. I do realize I've done that twice, but sometimes people aren't paying attention when they listen, and I understand that. So what else is new? I did hear from the lovely rock star. Got a really nice email last week, and she's starting to unpack, so that's a good sign. That means eventually she's going to find her equipment, and eventually we'll get her back, so it'll be great. I'm looking forward to that. I miss Colin Raleigh. It's kind of pick me up for me. Whenever my day was going horrible, good, whatever, I always had that show to look forward to, so really can't wait for it to come back. As much as I love doing that, and it inspires me to do my show more often. Nope, not editing. And I could, you see, but what fun would that be? So other fun things that are going to come up in this episode. I went out Saturday night, and I haven't in forever, and I'm going to nickname the person Natasha, because I don't want to use her real name, and that's the name I'm going to call her in the book. I know she's not Russian. It just seems like a fun name. And yes, she's getting written into the book in a small part, which could always evolve into a larger part. I mean, I started writing Joey Roxy, my main character, as a nod to somebody, and I had 50 pages. So, you never know who's going to wind up in this book. It's hard saying. I tend to write about people I know and tweak it. Although I did totally invent one character from nothing in this book, and I don't want to spoil that, because I know the person I wrote the book for usually listens to me, and I haven't given her that chunk of it yet, but it's coming. Don't worry. I should be done with it. I'm halfway through chapter 8, so I'm hoping to crank out 9 by the end of the week and edit my ass off, maybe even do 10, and send it off. I gotta bind it too, but that's fun. I mean, going to Michael's and finding new velvet to bind it with, I don't know, it's cool. It's reconnecting me with my original goth roots, hence the vampire mix later today. I don't know, I love that stuff. But I also, as all of you know, love oldies. And I'm going to try to stay more driven that way this show. We'll see what I feel like playing. It's so hard to tell as my mood is really predictable. Oh, and shout out to Rob, too, who hooked me up with the Ghost BC, who I love. Thank you, Rob. And the Ghost BC will be on the Vampire Mix for sure. Just weird, unique, interesting, dark music. I love it. Well, I think it's time that I play some music. Thanks, everybody, for listening. I love doing this, and I'm going to keep doing it. And I'll talk to you guys after the break. I'm Soroya. This is Velvet Heaven, number 10.
I'll never let you see the way my broken heart is hurting me. I've got my pride and I know how to hide all my sorrow and pain. I'll do my crying in the rain. If I wait for cloudy skies, you won't know the rain from the tears in my eyes. You'll never know that I still love you so, though the heartaches remain. I'll do my crying in the rain. Raindrops falling from heaven could never wash away my misery. We're not together. I look for stormy weather to hide these tears I hope you'll never see. Someday when my crying's done, I'm gonna wear a smile and walk in I'll do my crying in the rain. I'll do my crying in the rain.
Never felt like this until I kissed you. How did I exist until I kissed you? Never had you on my mind. Now you're there all the time. Never knew what I missed till I kissed you. I kissed you. Oh yeah, things have really changed since I kissed you. My life's not the same now that I kissed you. Oh yeah, you got a way about you. Now I can't live without you. Never knew what I missed till I kissed you. I kissed you. Oh yeah, you don't realize what you do to me. And I didn't realize what a kiss could be. You got a way about you. Now I can't live without you. Never knew what I missed till I kissed you. I kissed you. Oh yeah, you don't realize what you do to me. And I didn't realize what a kiss could be. You got a way about you. Now I can't live without you. Never knew what I missed till I kissed you. I kissed you. Oh yeah, I kissed you. I kissed you. Oh yeah, I kissed you.
Oh, I Smokey Joe's Cafe. Oh, I Smokey Joe's Cafe.
One day while I was eating beans
At Smokey Joe's Cafe.
just sitting digging all the scene,
At Smokey Joe's Cafe.
a chick came walking through the door that I had never seen before. At least I never saw her down.
At Smokey Joe's Cafe.
Ooh, and I started shaking when she sat right down next to me. Ooh, her knees were almost touching mine.
At Smokey Joe's Cafe.
Her chill was running down my spine.
At Smokey Joe's Cafe.
Oh, I could smell a sweet perfume. She smiled at me, my heart went boom. Then everybody in the room,
At Smokey Joe's Cafe.
they said, man, be careful. That chick belongs to Smokey Joe. So from behind the counter, I saw a man. A chef hat on his head and a knife in his hand. He grabbed me by my collar and began to shout.
You better eat up all your beans and bar and clear right on out.
Yes, I know I'll never eat
At
again,
Smokey Joe's Cafe.
and so we'll never meet again.
At Smokey Joe's Cafe.
I'd rather eat my chili beans at Jim's or Jack's or John's or Jeans than take my chances eating out
At
at
Smokey Joe's Cafe.
Ooh, I risk my life when that Smokey Joe's a crazy fool.
At Smokey Joe's Cafe. Oh, Smokey Joe's Cafe. Oh, ah, at Smokey Joe's Cafe. Oh, ah, at Smokey Joe's Cafe.
Well, that was Crying in the Rain by the Everly Brothers, and the second Everly Brothers tune I love, called Till I Kissed You. And ending that little segment was Smokey Joe's Cafe by the Coasters. Gotta throw some R&B in there. It just would feel wrong if I didn't. Look at the corruption that's happened to me. I'm all about the R&B right. Not that I wasn't always, but I've definitely got more into it this year than I have before. And as I was talking to a friend and telling him that I was going to do a threesome segment this show, that's right. Yes, I could talk about the ones I've had, and maybe I will someday, and I've had lots of them. Moreover, when you live with a couple, that tends to be what happens. And I did that, and maybe some night I'll get into that. But moreover, this little segment's about, and I'm sure a lot of you are watching it too, House of Cards. Now, I'm not going to spoil who it's between if you haven't watched. Oh, fuck that. Pardon my language. But you know what? Too bad. I will say this. Alright. So there was a very cool, progressive threesome done. And I say this because in our society, the acceptable threesome is 2 women and a man. Now, we could really get into the politics of this if we wanted to, and it would ruin it for everybody. I don't really want to do that. I want to say this. It was very cool to see on a modern show 2 guys and a woman. And the whole implication of the storyline, and that both the guys were masculine, and that you actually saw a mainstream actor sensually kiss another man. Now, I know that I'm going to lose listeners over this, and so be it. Maybe I won't. Really, it doesn't matter. I always talk about sexuality. It's one of those things I love talking about, and how fluid sexuality can be. I thought it was just amazing the way it was done, and you really didn't see much, but it was the implication. Again, it's kind of how I write. You're going to get a little bit of titillation, and then not the whole thing. The human imagination is a wonderful thing. We don't use it nearly as much as we should. So I like things like that, and I was just really impressed that they didn't do the traditional way. And then it was more about the man's sexuality being fluid, because in our culture that's not acceptable. Most of the homophobia that goes on, not all of it, is between men. And I think if people were truly honest with themselves, oh God, I can just see the stack. Well, it's not really a stack, it's email, but I can just see the emails that are coming my way. So be it. That everyone's sexuality is fluid, if people are really honest about it. Most people at one time or another were attracted to somebody of the same sex. It's whether or not you admit it. And I remember having a wonderful conversation live on air about this topic. And not with men, but just in general, that one of the things that we learn is behavior, and that whether, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this, because I don't want to mess up the words that were given to me. There was something to the effect that it went like this. That we are given, at any given moment, we could find pleasure with somebody of either gender. It's whether or not we choose to engage that will get us there. And I think that's beautiful, and I think it's true. And also in the same conversation that was had, and you can go back through the old episodes, it was Raleigh and I talking about it, and she also said something else that I really agree with, that it's where your heart is, and not, I've talked about that on other shows, but it's where your heart is, not your body, because one act does not make one gay, straight, bisexual, or whatever. Physicality is physicality. People get hung up on their labels because they need them to feel comfortable. It's interesting that we feel the need to label ourselves in society. I've always found that interesting. I do realize I'm rambling on about this, but it was really amazing to see, and I'm still really inspired by it, because one of the things that happens in most of these novels about vampires is a lot of fluid sensuality. No pun intended with the fluid, but because it's not about sex, it's about blood. So then it becomes, not that I'm doing any of that with this book, not directly, but then it becomes more so about procurement than it is about sex. I guess what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, we all have parts of ourselves that change or might surprise us, and I think that's how it should be through life. I think we should grow and change as people. I mean, why stay stagnant? There's no point. which leads me into the lovely Natasha, who I know listens to my show. Yes, Natasha. Someone who herself was very fluid at one point with her sexuality, and I think she still is from time to time, but she's in a committed relationship, and we talk sexuality a lot because it's fun. We also, and the girl with the small curves and I had a conversation about this weekend too. I saw several ladies not like that. Oh, how I wish. Talked about how acknowledging the attraction between you and someone else tends to lessen it, so with several of my female friends, we joke, we laugh, we have a good time with it. It's just fun to talk about. People fascinate me and why people are attracted to one another and why they choose people, and it's one of the reasons I write so much about women in general and sexuality is that it's a fun topic and I don't think enough of it's getting covered. I think for the final segment I'll tell you guys about when I went out this weekend because I'm digressing into sexuality and that's like, you'll pardon the pun, a hole I could go down forever. And it just reminds me of all the fascinating things we get to experience as humans. And one of the other things I wrote to one of my friends this weekend was part of the reason I'm writing the book I am, and most of my characters are over 40 or close to it. And my protagonist, who don't worry, I'm not going to reveal your age, protagonist. I'm not exactly sure how old you are anyway. I'm in the ballpark, and I think I made you younger than you actually are in what I'm writing. It doesn't matter. She's over 50. And I think there's something to be said that there's a huge market of women who would like to still feel sexy when they're over 50, and why can't they? And I think what I'm writing gives them the opportunity to still feel sexy. It's one of the reasons why I chose to write about somebody in that age bracket, among many other reasons, that and it got away from me, and whatever force in the universe pushed me in that direction, and I tend to listen to forces because that's what they're there for. Got to take those opportunities when they're presented to you. But one of the things I like about writing Joey is that all of a sudden, I'm writing it and I'm there because I'm in it, but I can see it in my head, and all of a sudden I'm like, this is great, because everyone who's read it can relate to Joey, and that was my goal. I want you to go on the journey with her. It's important. And while most of the people who've read it have been women, I have had a male reader too, and he liked it just as much. So, and I've had gay, straight, and bisexual people who read it, and they've loved it. So, man, kudos. I can't believe that I get inspired. Again, one decision inspired me to do this. It's unbelievable to me the way that calling that show was like skipping a stone across a pond and the ripples just keep going. I mean, I already know what I'm doing with the next book, and I haven't even finished this one. Yes, there's definitely going to be a next book. And I'm not sure whose perspective to write it from. I'll probably just stick with Joey because it's so fun to write her. And when I was going back today doing the rewrites and putting in details, and I had to look up a couple things I didn't know. I hope I'm right. And putting in the little details, like what somebody's wearing, what they're thinking, I really felt like I was there and I could see it clearly. So thanks again for everybody who's supporting me, for everyone who's inspired me. I love my life, and I love that I took today off and I'm doing what I want with it. I'm enjoying recording, even though I've had a few hiccups. I always do. It means it's going to be a good show. But I blame the hiccups totally on Ella. Because Ella's not up here in my face. She's freaking sleeping next to Billy. It's unbelievable. I don't know. Maybe it's too early for Ella. It's not even 6 p.m. here. Not that it'll be 6 p.m. in the magical world when you listen to me. I do realize that was quite a rant. This was a long segment, so I'm going to play some music. And just remember, your life is what you make it. I'm Soraya, it's Velvet Heaven, number 10. And I'll be back with the final segment.
29 pearls in your kiss, a singing smile, coffee smell, lilac skin, your flame in me. 29 pearls in your kiss, a singing smile, coffee smell, lilac skin, your flame in me. I'm only here for this moment. I know everybody here wants such a thing of wonder in this crowd. I'm a stranger in this town. You're free with me, and our eyes locked in outcast love. I sit here proud. Even now you're undressed in your dreams with me. I'm only here for this moment. I know everybody here wants you. I know everybody here thinks he needs you. I'll be waiting right here just to show you. Our love will blow it all away, and all the tears we cried have dried on yesterday. The sea of fools has parted for us. There's nothing in our way, my love. Don't you see? Don't you see? Yeah, just a torch to put the flame to all our guilt and shame. And I'll rise like an ember in your name. I know, I know, I know everybody here wants you. And I know everybody here thinks he needs you. I'll be waiting right here just to show you. Oh, let me show you. Love can rise just like embers. Love can taste like the wine of the age. Oh, baby. And I know they all look so good from a distance, but I tell you I'm the one. No, everybody here will think they need you, thinks they need you. I'll be waiting right there to show you. Taxi, take me to the outside of town. Just as fast as you can. Taxi, before my baby puts me down. Oh, please, I want you hurry. See, she's got me worried. I don't wanna lose her love. Cross town is too slow. Hitchhiking to no more. She's all I'm thinking of. Taxi, got some catching up to do.
Like a fool, I broke her heart in two. And start your meter running, get your engine humming. I just wanna see her, I just wanna see her. Pedal on the meadow, tonight I'm gonna settle. I deceive her, and I know it grieves her. Have you, little baby? heart-shaped world. I know what love means to you. I love it too. It hurts to watch your life with you, but someone new. She'd always love you in your heart-shaped world. In your heart-shaped world. In your heart-shaped world.
'cause I won't bring you down.
Don't bring me down.
I won't bring you down. Do you trust me?
Yeah.
Wow, this show always gets away from me so quickly. It was Jeff Buckley, Everybody Here Wants You, Brian Ferry, Taxi, Chris Isaac, Heart-Shaped World, and ending it with George Michael, Hard Day. I can't believe I'm doing this, and I'm just gonna even disclose it. I'm re-recording a segment. I couldn't help it, it didn't feel right. I can't believe I'm editing, I'm so disappointed. Anyway, I said I was going to talk about going out on Saturday night and the lovely Natasha. I'm changing her name to protect the innocent, or guilty in her case. Who knows? We went out to dinner, it was very nice. It's my favorite Thai place. And then we went to this thing at a sushi bar, and I can't remember for the life of me, and I'm not looking it up at this point because I'm lazy. They were playing Dark Wave and New Wave and all this great stuff, and I met a bunch of really cool people, and I'm really glad I went. I was kind of dragging my feet about it because I don't go to the bar much these days anymore. I'm just done with it. But this was really chill, and I got to hear cool music like Strange Love by Depeche Mode and dance, and some Duran Duran, and just meeting people with like minds and talking about our past, and it's just great. It just reminds me that we have to be open to situations or they'll never come to us. This last year was a very good example of this. If I wouldn't have changed my perspective, it would have been hell. 2013 was not easy for me, and there's things I will never go into. But at any rate, I'm glad it happened. I'm a totally different person than I was before. I mean, my core is the same, but I usually go after my dreams instead of waiting for them to happen. And I've just changed my outlook on a lot of things. That being said, part of what got me there was Riley James's book, which is right here on my desk, as it always sits, and I like to look at it while I'm recording. It inspires me. It reminds me of what started me down this path. And it's called What Am I Doing Here When Everything I Want Is Somewhere Else? And you can get it on Riley's site, which is www.riley.net. There's a link on the right-hand side with a lovely picture of the rock star. You can also get it at www.nickajackpress.com. It's $24 and some change. I mean, whatever. It's $25, and seriously, I'm really glad I bought it. I read it all the time, and it's got me through a lot. It's also punctuated with a lot of radio stories from her life. So if you're into that, if you aren't really into a self-help book, but it's really not like that. You gotta read it. I'm gonna read you a quote from it that I like, and one that I think really shows Riley's personality, as we all. One of the things that makes Riley a great writer is that when you're reading it, you'll hear her voice in your head. She's got her voice, and she works well with it. As we've talked about, we both respect each other in different ways that way because we write totally different things. She's good at what she does. That being said, I'm going to read you a little something out of it. It's towards the end of the book. And it's this little summary paragraph. It's on page 207, for those of you who have it. The key to creativity is to come at a daunting situation from the perspective that it will not destroy you. That there are always other options, and that you will find them. Fortified with resolve, you'll naturally turn your attention from how you might flounder to how many ways there are to succeed. And when all else fails, there's always the bag of dirty tricks. Now, for those of you who listen to the Rockstar and the Bag of Dirty Tricks chapter is a lot of fun and useful. For those of you who listen to Riley, it's so Riley, it's unbelievable, and that to me was the sign that she was a good writer. I was really impressed. When I bought the book initially, I bought it because I wanted to support her. I never imagined it would actually be good. I know that sounds horrible. Sorry, Riley. You never expect that because you just, well, people can be multifaceted, talented, but one of the things that impressed me about Riley, and we talked about early on when I started reading it, was that nobody ghost wrote this book for her. If you listen to her show, it's her voice. There's no way someone could have faked it. Not in a million years. That impressed me. A lot of bigger names don't do that. So, again, that being said, buy Riley's book. It's great. Yes, I did a whole little mini segment on the book. I can't help it. You gotta thank those who help you. Besides, it really is good. I wouldn't lie to you. If I don't like something, I'm not playing it. People have sent me musical requests, and if I don't like it, I'm not playing it. Sorry. That's how it goes. It's my show. It's one of the reasons I have a show. God, I've had fun doing this tonight. Every time I put it off, I wonder why I do that. So where you can find me. You can find me at www.rally.net. Right now, I'm on the front page. all the way at the bottom, a little paragraph about where you can find 8, 9, and RJN's Mix. By the way, you should listen to RJN's Mix. It's great. And you can also find me on the links page. I'm permalinked on Raleigh's page. There's a link to... and a link to my Facebook page. So you can give that a like. I'm so close to 50. I have 46 or 47. Come on, people like it. It's Velvet Heaven Podcast on Facebook, please. I don't recall if I gave out the Gmail, but I'm giving it out again. It's velvetheavenpodcast@gmail.com. You can also find me on www.archive.org and search SOROYA. You can download episodes, stream online. You can stream to your phone. Archive is great. Thank you, Archive. That being said, I'm going to get out of here, but not before, and I meant to talk about this at the beginning of the last segment, but I got sidetracked. Recall, people, I'm no longer using a list. I'm totally doing a stream of conscious thing off the top of my head, so if I botch it, if I pause, if whatever, that is why. Yeah, this isn't professional in any way. Not that I couldn't do a professional show. I'm pretty sure I could. I'd need a lot of training, but the gist of it's there. God, I can't even imagine how much work must go into it every day, more than I'm willing to do at this juncture with no money. So, the Jeff Buckley song. There's so many great lines in that song, and it's really too bad that he died, because he was one of the best poetic lyricists I've ever heard. Love that song. But any song that starts out, oh, and that reminds me, I need to put, it's going to sound really dirty, but I need to put someone's necklace into the story, and I totally forgot, and wow, I can't believe I forgot to do that. Anyway, the lyric that reminded me of the necklace goes, 29 pearls in your kiss. That's incredibly beautiful stuff. I'm sure he got laid with writing stuff like that all the time, but there's something so beautiful about that kind of imagery. I think I'm going to definitely listen to some Jeff Buckley later when I continue to write tonight, and try to paint a picture of exactly what my main character looks like, and exactly what the rest of my characters look like in the world they live in. Which reminds me, it's never too late to follow your dreams. Do something new. Oh, something else I can talk about on the way out of here is, my old Doc Martens were floral print. I've had them since 2007. By the way, I can't say enough about Doc Martens. Buy their product. I have a pair of shoes I bought 14 years ago that I'm still wearing from them. Just unbelievable products worth the money. Well, I bought a purple pair of patent leather Doc Martens that were half off. They were only $70, and that's a steal. But anyway, I bought these floral ones in 2007. I know they keep a history of the last time I bought from them. And the flowers on the front had worn off, and I hand-painted them with some acrylic paints, and God, was it relaxing. And that's what I mean about doing something creative. I spent several hours doing that, and it was wonderful. And by the way, they look great. When I get around to putting it on YouTube, I don't know if I'm going to do that tonight or not. You'll see pictures of them. You know, the tattoo is also healing nicely, but no more updated pictures of that till all the scabs are off. The scabs are off, it's just my skin's flaky, and, you know. Oh, and I'm getting tattooed by the lovely Justin again next month. Cannot wait. Very excited. Actually, it's less than a month now, so on St. Patrick's Day, I'll be going to Dayton again. So I'm Soraya. This was Velvet Heaven number 10. Thanks for listening. I'll be doing the Vampire Mix. It's going to come out tonight too, which is, I think it's the 18th today. And as always, thanks for your support. Thanks for even taking a minute to listen to me. It's really been awesome. I'm glad I'm doing it. Have a blissful day, night, or evening.
Lifetimes I wait to be strong. It's cool with you. Around your hands are just big enough to keep me off the ground.
With all the confidence I have, it seems I could go forever, but forever has no rest stops, and my endurance sometimes fades.
Hold me, hold me, hold me in your arms. Can
it's hard not to feel let down. What to do now that I know